So, in this episode, we talked to Jason about how hard it is to make new friends as you get older, and particularly meaningful male relationships. So, I want to talk about how being a man and having feelings can coexist. Some men are very detached from their feelings. It's not so much that they have this whole colorful life full of emotion inside, they really are cut off from how they feel. It's basically just a cartoon of a basketball and a sandwich and boobs floating alone in there. And that's not really who I'm going to talk about here because that type of person requires a different approach or intervention. But like Jason, a lot of guys do have a sincere desire to connect to other men past the typical male friendships. And those friendships usually remain surface level, right? So that all the guys can walk away with their vulnerability unscathed. But being vulnerable, sharing feelings, talking about stuff that worries you, there are definitely guys out there that want to be able to do that with their friends. And I see them all the time in my practice. If you think about it, how a man can achieve intimacy is difficult, right? For men, they have sex in romantic relationships, and that's the manifestation of intimacy for them. But with friendships, the intimacy and connection is going to have to come from a different source than sex. So that means sharing emotions or deeper conversation, a feeling of connection and being supported, I suppose. A lot of men have these deeper friendships earlier in life with their ride or die high school or college friends. But what about when you're trying to meet a new friend older in life? For men, it's very high stakes to come across a certain way. We're very invested as men in coming across a certain way, lest you be judged, ridiculed, or rejected, right? And for men, that often means coming across as successful or strong or smart or unflustered by life, you name it. So the first step is to lower those stakes and realize that you might strike out. Just like in dating, not everyone you approach for friendship will be down for it. The next step is to lose the pretense. Yes, we want potential new friends to think we're cool and want to hang out with us. But if you're not your version of cool, if you're not yourself, it's not going to work long term. Third, of course, you want to keep it surface for a bit. There's nothing wrong with just like shooting the shit and using similar interests or easy topics of conversation or activities to grease the wheel, right? Fourth, which is something we discussed with Jason a lot, model vulnerability, even in small doses. You want to show the new friend that you're comfortable with feelings by, I don't know, even actually starting a sentence with, I feel something, or share something that's on your mind to get their take or their advice. You want to create a space where you send the message that you're not going to judge, ridicule, or reject them. And fifth, verbalize an invitation to be more open. Let them know that you're down for it if they want to talk, or you notice that they seem stressed, or whatever, however you want to say it to show that you have their back. So final thought, whether it's friendship or having a partner, you will reap rewards from saying out loud how you feel. Trust me. And any guy or partner who rags on you for doing that, to me, is just probably terrified that you're doing something that they're not able to do yet. And a guy who doesn't have your back when you're being vulnerable isn't really a friend.
That's it for today. To share your thoughts or questions, or even be a guest on the show, email us at theunrelatingpodcast@gmail.com.